Successful Indie Author 5 Minute Focus, Episode 31. What does brand mean? Yesterday I talked about brand, but I didn't actually start at the beginning, and we need to start at the beginning. So, what does brand mean? What is your brand? It's how readers perceive you, and this is probably the most important lens through which to look at yourself and your public presence. If you aren't on social media, it's a lot easier. If you are on social media, it is important for your visibility. I'm a big fan of social media, not because of the election, not because of negativity, simply because I can have a relationship with my readers, as in I can have conversations with them, I can solicit input from them and get instantaneous answers. Hey, here's Craig Martelle asking for names for the next characters in this story or in the series. Hey, I can get my name in because he'll put my name in the author notes. So that conversation with your readers is important, especially as an indie. So what does brand mean? It means how readers perceive you. So this is why if you have a separate a private page and then you have a public page, that your private page might get polluted with stuff that then gets over to your public page that your readers don't like. So the chance that readers will leave you is a lot better than readers coming to you because of volatility or things that could be misperceived and that you don't want associated with your books. If you don't want it associated with your books, don't say it on social media. Simple enough. If you do want it, no problem. If you have a pen name, you can insulate yourself from that, but still, how do the readers perceive you? And especially if you have a separate pen name that's not linked at all with your real name, go for it. Do whatever you want to do. But you're building, what is the reader's perception of this pen name? Don't cross the streams, as the Ghostbusters would say. And still, it comes down to you paint the picture, you make the presentation. Your readers will still determine what that means to them. So if you put that the curtains are blue and you mean that they're blue and the readers think that, hey, it's because everybody's sad in this scene, it matters that the readers think everybody's sad in this scene. If you have to keep explaining, hey, here's what I really mean, then you're losing them in regards to your brand. But sometimes you can have a great conversation around that. Hey, I didn't even think of that, but that's right. Man, it was subliminal. I wrote that and I really meant that. Great things, great catch, and then highlight them in the next author notes. Hey, in that last book, the reader saw this and it was cool. So that's part of your brand, having that conversation. The closer your brand is to your core being, the easier it will be to present that face to the public. Now, for me as a Marine, honor, core, country, right? Courage, commitment, all that good stuff that applies as my Marine foundation. That's what I have in my book. So that's an easy thing to put in there. Justice. How do we define justice? What do we do about it? And that's my book. So my brand is pretty easy. When I first started my author page, I thought, well, hey, I'll just put separate stuff on my individual, my personal page on Facebook. And no, all of a sudden I've got all fans on my personal page. I've got fellow authors on my personal page. Now all I have is fellow authors on my personal page. And so stay on brand all the time. And it's fun. It's me. It's who I want to be. It's who I want to present to the world. There's no secrets there. It is what it is, me. And that's, I think, an important part of my brand is it is my core being. I'm not trying to put a facade on anyone. If I'm tired, if I'm bummed about something when my dog passed away, I mean, yeah, that was bummed. I didn't go overboard with it, but I let people know, hey, I'm bummed this week because my dog passed away. And I'm still bummed. That was 10 months ago, almost 11 months ago. I'm still bummed. But my brand, share pictures of her. However, let's talk about this next book. Let's do what we can do. Let's talk about this story. Let's talk about these important things going on that aren't political. I would always recommend stay out of politics. You're going to fry your brand. And it's probably best to separate a little bit. You do need to maintain a little separation between you and your public life. Otherwise, the public life will consume your private life, your privacy, your personal business. So maintain a little bit of separation. That's why here's my author page. Here's what I post over here, and here's my personal page. Here's what I post over here. Even though my personal page is all business anyway, Facebook takes a a dim view if you're publishing books and showing, hey, buy my book on your personal page. So I actually post just fun stuff and then a book every now and then, and that's my personal page. And true personal stuff, hey, we'll sit around a bar and have a beer and talk about that. That's cool. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm not a fan of getting pictures of stuff and making all of me on my public profile. So me in person, hey, you'll see everything else possibly, but generally, my brand is my brand. That makes it easier. I do keep some things separate, but still, how do readers perceive you? This is the most important thing. You can paint the picture, but how the readers perceive it, that's what your brand will be. So if you think, hey, I'm a kind, caring, giving soul, and your readers think you're an asshole, guess what? You're an asshole. So this is, hey, but I'm a kind, if you have to explain it, you've lost them. So this is, you have to paint the picture in the way that your readers will embrace it and keep it that way. And what do brand mean? My goodness, typomania. What does brand mean? Oh my God, I'm tainted forever. No, not tainted forever. So we've gone well over 5 minutes, but brand, that's it. Do it. Check yesterday's episode 30, brand, how to go from there, how to go from here to there. That's what brand is. Do it, embrace it, and don't pollute it. You got to stay on brand all the time as an author, because your fans, especially when you have super fans, they'll be on you. They'll be watching everything you do. All right. Peace, fellow humans.